After the Patriots blew out the Bears, what more really needs to be said about a game in which everything went right for the home team? So in our typical week in review video here, we're just going to look forward to the game that is on everybody's mind across the league. Brady Manning 16, and the three biggest storylines going into that game. Number one, the quarterbacks. I mean, again, the 16th matchup between the two. Brady is 10-5 in those games leading up to this. Obviously, Manning won the last one, which was clearly a key game that really refaced the entire offseason for both teams in a way. And here they are in Week 9 with first place in the AFC on the line. And again, what are your thoughts on this whole quarterback rivalry?
Well, it transcends sports. It's one of the greatest rivalries in sport, period. And, they're not going really against each other. They're going against each other's defenses. And typically when they face each other, somebody has a great game. It usually works out that way. And as it so happens, both of them are kind of hot coming into the contest, which is great. I mean, Manning just set the all-time touchdown record a couple games ago. And Brady, after kind of a slow start, is literally on fire. The last four games, I don't know if you can really play much better. Against the Bears, he threw 5 touchdown passes and was 30 for 35 for nearly 400 yards. He's playing great. Manning is playing great with the arsenal that he has. So, I mean, the anticipation to watch these two guys work is off the charts.
Just going back to that Bears game, Brady completed 85% of his passes for 350-plus yards and 5 touchdowns. Nobody else has done that, and Brady has now done it twice. So clearly he is coming off of an historic performance, and we never want to take these Brady-Manning matchups for granted. You never know, with Brady being 37 and Manning 38, when the last one will actually be, or when at least the last meaningful one will actually be. But the way both of these teams are playing right now, get the feeling this could be the first of 2 times that they see each other this season. The second big matchup, again, between two guys who aren't going against each other, maybe the 2 biggest offseason acquisitions in the entire league, certainly for both teams, Darrelle Revis and Aqib Talib. Talib had a magnificent year and a half for the Patriots, took a 6-year, $57 million contract from the Broncos. The Patriots, just 24 hours later, got Darrelle Revis and calmed the panic that was set really around here when Talib walked for a huge contract. I think the Patriots probably got the better guy, but both are playing lights out right now.
No question about it. The Broncos were looking to bolster their secondary. They needed help in their secondary, and they went after the Patriots guy, and Talib is helped, no question about it. You and I both know how much he was universally loved and adored in the Patriots room. The players got a kick out of him. He boosted them, not just on the field, but he tended to lighten the mood and lighten the spirit. And, he was a good guy to have around, but he was also a great guy to have on the field. The first 6 games last year was some of the best cornerback play I think you'll ever see. But he tended to get injured. He tended to get hurt. That hasn't happened yet in Denver.
And I think that Revis might have a bigger impact against the Broncos than Talib would have against the Patriots, simply because the Patriots, or the Broncos, really just have more dangerous weapons. And whether Revis gets Demaryius Thomas or Emmanuel Sanders, or just kind of floats across the defense and draws, again, a number of different assignments like he did against the Bears, I think he is going to be more important to the Patriots' success than Talib will be to the Broncos. Talib, all season, essentially, has been held on the defensive left side. And I think it's interesting. I think it's common to look at this game and think that Talib could end up with Rob Gronkowski just because he shut down Jimmy Graham last year in Week 6, culminating that 6-week run that you had. But the Broncos most recently played the 49ers and Vernon Davis, and San Diego and Antonio Gates. Talib never lined up on the tight end in either of those games. And Gronk used to handle him in practice, too, so we might not actually see that matchup.
And they want to make a statement. And, losing the game almost pretty much assures that they'd be heading out to Denver again for an AFC championship game. But winning the game puts it in their corner and helps them get that game in January right here, and that's where they want Peyton Manning.
It's crazy that we just discussed the three biggest storylines, and we could probably go down to Brandon LaFell, Emmanuel Sanders. We could go to
we haven't
the
even
Broncos
talked
pass
about
rush.
Wes Welker. He's like a forgotten man in this whole deal.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Just a guy who's the storyline is pushed way, way down. So, hey, who knows? Maybe he's going to have a sneaky big game against his old team. So to see how all these things shake out and leading up to and previewing this highly anticipated showdown, you can find more of our work on BostonHerald.com and the Blitz blog.